Oh,
I fucked up already.
God damn it, Brent.
Hey, look at that. Cold take.
13 years ago, on a short bus in a small town in Washington, two idiots met. A bunch of stupid stuff happened. We want you to listen to those stupid stories.
Hey guys, welcome in. Apologies if my internet is a bit laggy of late. Don't know what's been going on with that. Gonna be working on fixing that. Either way, I'm one of your hosts, Brent Tomczak from Geek Variants, which you guys can go find on the internet. We cover all things geek, and today we're gonna have a little get to know you episode with my co-host Brock Terrano, the man, the myth, the comic. He's one of many talented comics going out for the Dope Show, if I'm not mistaken. Has that not happened?
Yeah, I got the Dope Show tonight. I'm very excited. It's one of my favorite shows to do.
And the funny thing is, by the time you guys will have seen this, the Dope Show will already have transpired.
Yeah.
We are from the future. Or the past. It really depends on your viewpoint. But hey, I'm waking up. We appreciate you guys checking out Living with Humor. Without further ado, for our Get to Know You episode, we're talking a little bit about childhood. Some of the stuff that we enjoyed doing and some of the shenanigans that probably ensued with our usual morning routines, because me and Brock grew up in very, very different households for childhood. About teenage years was much more similar, but it just took a while to get to that point in time. What cartoons and shows did you kind of get started on that shaped you into the, dipshit I know and love today?
So growing up, my favorite cartoons were Love Dexter's Lab. That's a classic. And then Johnny Bravo. I was big into Johnny Bravo for a while. And then everybody's favorite, SpongeBob.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
The other show that I grew up on, I was a teenager when it came out, but I still think it's super underrated, is did you ever watch Drake and Josh growing up?
Yes, I watched the crap out of Drake and Josh. It really sucks what happened to Drake, yeah. But also, I don't remember all the details. I'm going to say it was horrifically tragic. Josh is still the same cool dude. He just lost quite a bit of weight, and now he's a TikToker. So it's like that's an interesting turn of things from TV star to TikToker. But hey, Living with Humor is also on TikTok, as is Geek Variants. So what do you know? Funny how I was so adamant I would never ever be a part of that platform for any number of reasons other than being clickbaity. But hey, here we are. I'm almost 30. Have on a couple TikTokers. I start thinking things are normal.
Well, yeah, I refused to download TikTok for a long time, and then the lockdown happened. I didn't have shit else to do, so now I'm addicted. It sucks. I get in that doom scroll loop.
And then you eventually run out of videos. You're like, what?
I haven't run out of videos yet.
So out of your top 5 shows, we had started off with Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah.
We had Johnny Bravo.
Yep.
SpongeBob. We had Drake and Josh at 4. You gotta have one more that just kind of was a reoccurring show. It could have happened in the latter years too, if there was like an anime or something that jumped in there.
No, the one show I want to bring up, because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but it was a great fucking show. Do you remember Gargoyles? Have you ever seen Gargoyles on Disney? Yes, that was the number one show.
So good. I had the action figures. I was in it.
Yeah.
And then it just mysteriously went away, and I was just like, who did this? Who committed crimes against Skyrim and her people?
Well, it's on Disney Plus. I've been watching it.
The confession comes out. I just want more people to talk about it with.
Pretty much.
But I mean, I'm mad at you for that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
seems to be a wise course of action for any number of reasons. And that really was a good show. For me anyway, Gargoyles was one of the shows that I grew up with for sure. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That was a great show.
Was another one that was up there. I watched a lot of Danny Phantom.
That was a great show. I forgot about that show.
Yeah, it challenged a lot of stuff that you didn't normally challenge for most TV shows, so that was kind of interesting at the time. And then I got into anime a bit early, just happened upon it, not realizing it was anime. I just thought it was a regular cartoon.
Okay.
It's one of the first times we ever hung out, we played a game from this TV show. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! I jumped in that very, very early. I was all about that. And then it was Batman, the animated series.
That was a great show. I remember that.
That's a classic for any number of reasons, just to talk about.
Well, that was the best Batman cartoon to date. It's on HBO now. Yeah.
Batman with the young Batman. What's that one? Batman.
Oh, Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. That was so good too.
I couldn't get into that one for some reason. The other show that I was big into was the 90s X-Men cartoon.
X-Men, what, 97?
Or
it was just called X-Men at the time.
It was just called
X-Men. X-Men 97's the reboot that's coming out. Yeah. They are redoing that show.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's how the entire internet feels. Most people hold that X-Men series as a top 3.
It was the GOAT.
Period.
Yeah.
It's that one is usually considered the GOAT. The Batman show is usually considered one of the GOATs. And then, shockingly enough, and I know most people love this show, and I know we do, but Avatar: The Last Airbender always gets that same amount of love. And I was just I didn't watch it till I was already a teenager, so I was I'm a little late on the jump for that, because I got into that as a teenager. I got into Dragon Ball Z as a teenager.
Well, didn't Avatar come out when we were teenagers, though?
I think it did. So
yeah,
but we were 12, 13, so you were at to be 13, 14.
Yeah.
When it dropped, it was all a guilty pleasure. We're I'm too old for this. I'm super sure. And then you're just ignoring all of these text messages from people. Be hey, do you want to go smoke this or go do that? And just don't mind me watching my Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No, Anna and I used to watch that religiously growing up. But that's funny you said that. I'm too old to watch this, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's really not a kid's show.
Once you delve into the deeper stuff on it, because I know the first 2 seasons are pretty soft.
Yeah,
they don't hit you that hard. By the time you get to the Fire Nation, they're covering a lot of stuff. You're just is this a kid show anymore? Did I miss that bandwagon leaving? But it was that was a good show. And then they took our boy out back and they murdered him. Thank you, M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, Shyamalama ding dong.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah. There was a joke on
the Dragon Ball Z movie.
Yeah. Oh God, we don't talk about that fucking movie. But no, there was a joke on the internet for a while when the live action Avatar came out. They said that the franchise got M. Night shat upon.
Thank you, internet, for responding in turn when we needed you most.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that in any capacity. That's golden.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. But no, it was so I never finished the movie. I tried to watch it because again, I'm such a fan of the series. It was just horrible.
You want to know a movie that I have just recently watched? I mean, it just came out on Crunchyroll, so that'll kind of give you the perspective of where I was. Me and the wife had a little bit of a date night, and we watched on Crunchyroll Jujutsu Kaisen 0. That just dropped. It's pretty damn good.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. If you've never watched this series, it's where you're supposed to start, but there's already a full season of it out on HBO Max and Crunchyroll. I think it's also on Hulu, but I'm not sure. Okay. No, it's not on Hulu if it's on HBO Max, so they don't cross over that way. Yeah. Hulu is owned by the House of Mouse.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
It's either that or it's in perfect synergy because of the Disney ESPN Plus Hulu bundle is a thing.
Okay.
So it's like it's either they own them through a shell company or they just kind of have a good business partnership.
Well, I mean, the mouse owns everything now, so
I mean, if you look back at our childhood, really everything we watched was primarily them. Because I mean, they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, they own ESPN, they own ABC. What else do they own?
I didn't know that.
That's why most of their stuff ended up on that network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like when Disney Kids was a thing that came on ABC. I refused to watch that one. I watched Warner Brothers growing up.
Yeah, I did too. So that brings up a whole slew of new shows to talk about. Did you ever watch Shaolin Showdown? Do you remember that show?
Yeah. That was like one of those shows people will never talk about being good because there were a lot of stereotypes in that show that were just bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like it was a late 90s, early 2000s
it was such
cartoon.
A good show.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yes, I was about
also
to bring
another
that
good
up.
one.
Yeah. Yeah,
no,
that was
uncle,
amazing.
Like Jackie Chan was a badass. He could fight people.
Uncle was the best
and then Uncle would just walk over and flick him in the forehead, and you're just like, everyone's got that one person who gets that pass.
No, that was a great show. Another show on Warner Brothers that, again, not a lot of people talk about. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best either, but I enjoyed it. X-Men Evolution.
I actually, and this might shock a lot of people considering I got, a whole shelf dedicated to Marvel. X-Men have never been my people. I've just never been about.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The X-Men are what they're about. It's like I think Magneto is right when it comes to the whole mutant thing.
Yeah.
Which is very, very controversial take considering he was like the whole racial genocide for that universe.
Yeah.
But it was like, dude's kind of been through it. They are being persecuted. No one's defending them. If you have all these abilities, why not use them? It's like, it's kind of why humans don't have superpowers because we would always be a bunch of asshats. I would love to say there's people that would be responsible. Like, you're telling me, hey, Brent, you get to either be a Super Saiyan or you get to like wield fire. I don't think I'm going to be a responsible adult. I can barely handle filing my taxes on time. I don't think superpowers are going to help. So,
I would turn into a villain real quick.
Because I mean, when we rode the bus in high school, when I was going through that whole emo phase, I didn't have any friends. You had the other giant bully me from time to time.
I never told them to bully you. I just allowed it.
Never stopped it. Somehow you were the ringleader. All 4 foot.
Don't ask me how that shit worked.
4 foot 3 4/4. I don't know. Not me, just 4'4". I can't do math today. It's a tough day. I'd always be like, man, it'd be so cool if you could just like move your hand and like the entire aisle just lights up in fire. It's like, I think that would be the coolest thing. It's like you could just do this and then the fire would appear. Yeah. So I was like, I am a teenager. Why am I thinking these thoughts? It's like, oh yeah, I'm a child. I'm just a giant man child. So and then like they're always like, oh yeah, men mature more slowly. Nah, man, our toys just get more expensive. Like, have you seen this? This is all just toys and figures and collectibles and come on.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so this brings up a great question. If you were to have one superpower, what would it be?
Are we talking anime universe? Are we talking Marvel universe?
Anything. Marvel, DC, anime, you pick.
So it's kind of weird, but like, if I said I was a Saiyan, does that mean I get all the abilities of a Saiyan?
Sure.
Then done and done.
Okay.
You're telling me I never have to work out and I can just be instantly tough? I can fly. I can shoot laser beams out of my freaking hands. Like, yeah. I'm not sure I would look great blonde though, so that would suck.
Oh yeah, you'd look.
I would look retarded. And like in every sense of just man, you just look stupid. Like this is not who you are. Slipped into a Boston accent there just for that finish.
Yeah, I know you did.
Can you tell I've been watching Boondock Saints?
I have been too, actually. That's a great movie, though. That was another staple in our friendship. God, we would watch that, like, what, 4 times a year?
4 times a year?
At the minimum?
3 months, whenever we're both upset or just irritated with what's going on. It's like, you want to watch a stupid movie that's just fantastic? Yep. It's how I got introduced into William Dafoe. Because, I mean, I did recognize Spider-Man, like, growing up. I didn't really care for Spider-Man the way you do, or one of my co-hosts on Geek Variants, Will, does.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Spider-Man's garbage by any means. Spider-Man's really cool. It's just, he's not my dude.
Yeah.
It's like, if we're talking like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Mark with a mouth. You introduced me to him.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
I was down the rabbit hole after that. Like,
I know. Well, it's funny. I introduced you to Deadpool, but within like 2 weeks, you knew more about him than I did.
The internet is a dark beast.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of Deadpool fan arts I would suggest avoiding.
No,
I was just trying to look for like cool image wallpapers. Yeah, don't do that. It's bad. The internet.
Duly noted.
Yeah. As like, were there any cartoon characters you resonated with growing up? If you had maybe a top 3, maybe. I'm not gonna limit it to that, but it sounds kind of good off the cuff.
So, cartoon characters that I resonated with growing up. Oh, that's hard. I watched a shit ton of cartoons.
Actually, let's just do for you personally now.
Yeah.
Any cartoon, anime, manga. I know that's kind of the same thing, but
yeah. Right now, I don't necessarily resonate with it, but I love Rick and Morty.
Everyone always tries to say that Rick Sanchez. I'm like,
no.
We're all just afraid to say that we're Morty. We're just all
totally. I'm as much as I hate to admit it, I'm definitely more Morty than Rick.
I kind of feel like Morty's dad sometimes.
Jerry.
Just universally getting shat on. You're just like, fine.
Okay, so right now, as far as cartoons go, we talked about this before we started recording, but the show Young Justice on HBO, Connor, Superboy, I really like him. I don't know why, but he's kind of like the one I would say I resonate with.
All right.
Superboy.
That's
just because he was such a black sheep and outcast in the beginning.
Oh yeah, everyone hated him. No one trusted him.
Yeah.
His abilities were too much. They didn't know if he could handle it. And then he was very standoffish until he, started getting his freak on.
Oh yeah, getting his
and then suddenly everyone's like they trusted him. It's like, oh, you're one of us. You're fine.
Yeah.
It's like a little inter-alien thing going on.
Beast Boy is another one. I loved Beast Boy growing up.
Yeah, Beast Boy was always the old Teen Titans. Oh
yeah. Oh, the old Teen Titans was amazing. Yeah, I watched that religiously.
Yeah, me and the wife actually sat down and watched like a couple seasons of Teen Titans.
Oh, really?
As adults, just because. I mean, it's one of those shows. I didn't realize I was desperate the whole time.
Yeah,
it was standing right in front of me. Just nope.
I'll probably rewatch it because it's on HBO, isn't it?
It's on HBO Max. It still holds weight.
Yeah.
It's still really good. I love how they change the opening from time to time. Sometimes it's English, sometimes it's Japanese. It just kind of goes back and forth. I'm like, that's cool. It's inclusionary. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
There's there's an alien. There's a human with a really, really bad attitude. Raven's got interdimensional powers.
Yeah.
And you have a robot.
Yeah.
It's like, that is as eclectic gets. And then he's always dropping those deep quotes. It's like,
yeah, we're all not meant to belong, but
yeah,
we belong with each other. And you're just like,
yeah.
oh, my child heart.
Raven was my favorite character, I think, watching that. Aside from Beast Boy. But
she was just moody as hell and was just taking everybody out. Starfire, I thought was kind of a.
She annoyed me at first, but I kind of warmed up to her.
She's just too happy. There's just something about that. Characters that are too happy.
That's exactly it, too.
There's something wrong with you. Like, what? I can't pick up what it is, but people that are too vibrant and too happy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong, because that's what everyone strives to be, is to be happy.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, good on them for being able to
but
be
there's
that
something
way.
about it that my grumpy person does not resonate with. I'm just like, something's going on. I don't know where the problems are, but I'm going to find them.
So that reminds me, one thing from growing up is I was a grumpy teen for sure.
Yes.
And I was at your house, and I can't remember what I was responding to, but I said I had a cherub-like demeanor, and your mom fucking lost it.
I think, yeah, we were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We were all just talking because it was like right around dinner time.
Yeah.
And
I think you were making fun of me or something like that.
Yeah, I was trying to say you were just a grumpy little asshole, as politely as I could in front of my family.
Yeah.
Even though by that point they were like, yeah, Brock's just Brock. You said, I have a cherub-like demeanor. My mom just
fucking lost it.
And then from time to time, she's like, what's your friend with the cherub-like demeanor doing when he's just like, Brock? It's like, so that was just how I had to reference you from one time. And then my dad, he called you Brockstar for like the longest time.
Oh yeah, that's to this day is my favorite nickname I've ever had. Was Brockstar.
Like, my dad was just, well, he is just a dork. He just really is.
I love your dad.
Yeah, but he loves puns.
Yeah,
he loves making everybody feel super, super welcome.
And
and he's just like that dude who's like gets up at like 4 a.m, brags about how early he gets up.
Yeah.
By noon is passed out on the couch. Is like, I'm resting my eyes. Like hell you are, man. Like hell you are.
Yeah.
But he was always super nice to everybody, and all my sister's friends loved him. All my friends loved him. No one said anything rude about my mom either. So that was kind of.
Oh God, no.
I was like. But also, most people like would have my mom's cooking and be like, "Oh, what is this?"
Yeah.
And they loved it. I was like, I know there were certain dishes like my mom would make, especially because she knew you coming. And I was like,
oh yeah, that's right. Well, I remember she made the best manicotti.
Don't make me think about that right now. I haven't even eaten yet today.
Oh, me neither. I'm starving right now, actually.
Now I gotta think about manicotti all day. I tried copying that recipe. I can't do it. I don't know what she does.
I can't make. Yeah, I don't know what she does to her manicotti, but it's definitely one of a kind. I can't replicate it either.
I mean, maybe Keith could. I know your mom can't. No offense, Mama J9, but stick to the word.
Yeah.
You want to share that story and let
yes,
people know
I love this story. So, my mom, I love her. She cannot cook. Which story are we talking about, by the way? Because there's like multiple.
The bake sale or?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. So I was in first grade, and my mom wanted to help out at the class because at the school I went to in first grade, they had these, like once a week, they had little stations. And, there's like an art station, cooking station, so on and so forth. So my mom comes to volunteer, and my teacher goes, okay, Mrs. Terrano, we'll put you in the baking station. And my 6-year-old ass started laughing in front of everybody because I know my mom cannot cook at all. And sure enough, she's sitting there. We're making pumpkin cookies. And we're sitting there. So she's trying to follow the directions. And she didn't understand the directions, even though they were made for like 6-year-olds. And she went up to the teacher and was like, "Is butter a wet or dry ingredient?" And just like did not know what to do. And sure enough, we make these cookies. And the next day we get the cookies. And they were supposed to be shaped like pumpkins. But because for whatever reason, when they were baking the cookies, they all like morphed together.
Didn't
So
stick them out properly somehow.
No, they all just fused together. And the following week, my mom comes to volunteer again, and my teacher goes, "Okay, Mrs. Terrano, so I don't think we're going to put you in the cooking session this week. You can be in charge of the art section." Because it was so bad. But I was laughing at her the entire time. She got super mad at me.
I mean, the woman can successfully run huge tech conglomerates.
Yeah.
And like, we're not talking like small scale stuff. Like, we're talking about world recognized, United States.
Yeah. I mean, government contracts, all that. Yeah.
The whole kit and caboodle. She can run this stuff brilliantly.
Yeah.
Cannot figure out how to bake cookies. So it's just like, I feel like looking at James Bond and like you see all his skills and all this crazy stuff that he's able to do.
Yeah.
And then find out he's like, he can't ride a bike. Just be like,
yeah.
What?
Well, I think you're over when she tried to cook. She was cooking us like baked chicken, and the chicken caught fire in the oven.
I think that was Leo.
Was that Leo?
Your mom had given up on cooking by the time I came around, or you just refused to invite me over when your mom was cooking. It was one or the other.
It could have been that.
Every time I was around dinner, you'd always try and come over.
Yeah.
Because I think you just love my mom's cooking, or you just love the fact that I would either barbecue or that we would order.
Bro,
pizza.
your ribs to this day are my favorite. You're the one who taught me how to. Well, you and your dad are the ones that taught me how to make ribs.
Yeah, it's all in the marinade, man. If you marinate properly and you let it sit for the right period of time, it doesn't matter how good and or bad you are at grilling.
Yeah,
you can really compensate for something there.
Yeah. No, it was, God, I miss rib nights. I remember between me, you, and Ray, we ate like 2.5 racks. Do you remember that?
I ate a whole rack by myself.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. We each had a rack to ourselves.
Are you talking about the night we went out to dinner?
No, I'm talking. This was at your house.
And yeah, my mom did buy like 4 or 5 racks of ribs.
Yeah, we ate them all.
Yep. My parents and my sister each had like a rack between the 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then you, me, and Ray each had a single rack to ourselves, and we were just. That was a good time. And then we did Famous Dave's.
Famous Dave's, yeah. They kind of went downhill, but back in the day, Famous Dave's was the spot.
Yeah, because like you, me, and Ray went one time.
Yeah.
We all did the same platter of food. So it was like Ray ordered it. I'm like, okay, this has to be good. He comes here regularly.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, I'll have that too. And then me and Ray raced to see who could finish the rack of ribs first. I think it was pretty dang close. I think he actually won that round. You came in last, but you were not far behind. You were doing some serious work. But then I remember like the car ride home afterwards. It was just,
and we were just like, oh,
that was a mistake. It's like they were not kidding. It was a full rack. It was going over the plate.
Yeah.
It had that beautiful U bow to it. It just.
Well, I remember they had the best barbecue sauce. That's what.
And you have a good sauce that can really make it pop. Good sauce and good marinade. If you got those 2 things, you're money. Yeah. Because I knew the ribs were good the minute Ray was like, "Oh my God, these are great." Because Ray's a great cook. Out of the 3 of us, Ray's the only one that I would say is an actual cook.
Oh, for sure.
I can make lasagna. Window and I can do a couple things.
Yeah, it's like I can do a couple basic things,
Yeah.
but like you asked me to do fancy stuff.
We made burgers one summer, almost like every day. But
yeah, because burgers are super easy to do. You get ground beef, you patty it out, you season it while you're patting it out, smush it up, and then ta-da.
Yeah.
There's not like a method to the madness. Sliders I think are harder to do just because of the size, making sure they don't fall through the
that makes
grill
sense
when you do the really, really small ones.
Yeah.
So it's like I always made mine with a little extra oomph and it would stick out of the burger buns. My dad would be like, this doesn't make sense. I was like, yes, it does. Stop questioning it.
Yeah. Oh man, what was the other? There was another meal that your mom made that was amazing.
The chicken parm.
That was great, but there was another one.
Because Italian was her wheelhouse. She dominated Italian cooking. Between her and your dad, that was we were eating really good as kids.
We were. But no, it was I think it was her barbecue chicken. I might think about somebody else.
She didn't do barbecue chicken. She got the she'd buy like a bag of wings and she'd throw that in there.
That's what
stuff that's already pre-done. Yeah. It's like you don't do anything to them. You just throw them in.
Yeah.
And she would just literally have a thing of grapes and a thing of crackers. It was the night she didn't want to cook. She would just throw it on a tray, slap it in the oven, and then she could just go sit and relax and not have to worry about much. I mean, when you're cooking for 5-6 people every night,
yeah.
Of course.
Well, her desserts were amazing too.
Yeah, she did make really good desserts. I'm pretty sure you're referencing my grad party where she just went.
Well, there was that.
And there was a tower of one whole thing of sweets, another layer thing of sweets, and another layer thing of sweets in between. You and Ray, you guys were trying to eat all of it.
I know.
And I was just like busy hanging out with my girlfriend at the time, and then you guys, and she was just shocked how much food you guys are putting down. I was like, you've hung out with Brock for almost a year now. You're not surprised that this man can put down sweets?
Oh, man. The three of us were like locusts, though. If there was food in that house when we were all hanging out, it was gone pretty fucking quick.
Sometimes you just walk in and like walk directly to the pantry. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
No, I wouldn't go to the pantry. I'd go to the fridge in the garage.
No, yeah, because there's always sodas out there.
Sodas and
Mexican Cokes.
Exactly. Mexican. I have a Coke.
Fancy with it.
Well, that and I think we talked about this in one of the episodes, but for whatever reason, I had it in my head. I wanted to buy one of those cookie dough things.
You left that there for so long.
No, because and your mom was like, oh yeah, just put it in the fridge in the garage. So I would come over, I would like take a bite out of it. This makes me sound super fat, but I would just like take a bite and put it back.
At one point, you remember when I lived at Bracera, the little apartment
complex
thing? With, with two guys that I worked with. I was so poor because I was working at McDonald's and I got an apartment that was way outside of my price range because I remember that. I was trying to be that guy. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But I was so poor that my diet entirely consisted of the McDonald's food that I ate at work. Quesadillas because it was just flour, tortillas, and cheese.
Oh yeah.
A package of Ritz crackers, like you know how they come with the 4 sleeves. I'd eat 1 sleeve a day, and that was my meal.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like when I was living like royalty, usually between October and December, there was always extra overtime at McDonald's. When people started quitting or they stopped.
I remember that.
Up.
Yeah.
I would get the Pillsbury holiday cookies.
Yes.
I eat the cookie dough raw. And one time I ate the entire package raw.
Yep.
And then I threw up for like 3.5 hours and thought I was going to die. But I was so broke, I was like, I'm not calling an ambulance. If I die here, I die here.
Yeah. Like, this is how I go out. This is how I go out.
It's like they warn you on the box not to do that.
I just refuse because
they can't tell me what to do.
General health and safety board.
What do they know?
They're not real people.
They're not real people. Oh man.
I went to town.
Also, do you remember we used to have 2 Thanksgivings because we would we would eat at your house first, and it's not like we had a small plate. Like we had seconds at your house,
and
thirds, and then we would go to my house and have like seconds or thirds at my house.
I felt so disgusting every time after that. Like, we usually didn't do turkey. We would do some kind of ham every so often.
Yeah.
And then we'd always have rolls, mashed potatoes, stuffing, gravy, the whole kit and caboodle. I would just gorge myself on rolls and ham.
Yep.
And Brock can attest to this. Ham makes me fart.
Well, me too. Remember, we basically turned your room into a gas chamber at one point.
Yeah, because we ate all that. There was still like an hour and a half between that time and the time your dad said dinner was ready. So we went down to my room. So, of course, me being an a-hole, I started playing a 1-player game.
Oh, yeah, you did that a lot.
And literally, it was just... We would just alternate. And at one point, I thought both of us were levitating because it was just nonstop grossness. The typical male chauvinistic
It was
crap.
pretty bad.
And then we went over to dinner at your parents' house. And of course, it was the one time your family decided to do like sit in the living room by the front door and do a formal Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
And I was dying. I had to fart so bad. I just refused to let them know that I had to. I was sitting there just almost like an eye twitching, just like, oh, I got it.
Oh, no, I remember. Because I was doing the same thing. But yeah, no, I remember the honey baked ham. That's every year your mom would make that, and I would stink up your entire house. I was farting so much.
Because you did that, and then we had seconds, and then I remember laying there like on the floor. So I was like, I can't leave your house. I usually slept on the floor in Brock's room. It's just like throw a blanket or a sleeping bag or something.
Yeah.
I just sat there holding my stomach. Just the minute we were out of earshot, just let it rip. It was your room. I felt so bad.
Well, luckily I had the window open year round, so
that was so annoying in winter time. I just wake up and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I'm the type of person to have the fan going, the window open in the middle of the winter, though.
Every window in my house is always closed, blocked off, and all light is kept out of. And I will keep
fucking
a
vampire.
Fan on. Dude, there's a blackout curtain right there on the window.
I know.
It's like, I like the darkness. My eyes adjust to darkness. You can't see in the darkness. So
no, I can't.
You walked into a wall once or twice. I probably should have stopped you.
When did I do that?
Leo's.
No.
Leo's.
Is it Leo's? Oh no, Brent.
And then what was the other one? There was a time we had a great dinner.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you decided to, out of the kindness of your heart, clog our toilet.
That was my first or second time over.
One hell of an impression, Brock. One hell of an impression.
I mean, it was impressive.
My dad was shook.
I was too. I couldn't imagine something that big came out of me.
So literally, like after you left, he was like, "What the hell does this kid eat?" And he's like, "You know how my dad has to feel for him to even say hell."
Yeah.
So you're just like, huh? Yeah, I did not get my potty mouth from my parents. I got that from him.
Yeah.
That was actually a good non-cussing adult until he showed up.
Yeah, it's my fault. I showed up like Stitch.
And he's talking about the scene where the rocket lands, and he's like maniacally laughing all like it. That was the whole thing. But you guys can comment your thoughts below if you're still even here, because I mean it's 40 minutes in. Some of the cartoons that you guys resonated with, any parts of these Thanksgiving stories you guys have. We'll be working on some more content for you guys with a couple bigger names. We've had the privilege of working with Colleen Kepler, Delaney Fisher, who I'm sure you've got some news you would like to share on that front, bro.
Yeah, so if you go to Delaney Fisher's website, you will see a little quote and blurb, and we are on Delaney Fisher's website, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we are officially up there. Have you shared that on social media?
Not yet. I will once we're done recording this. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's a little. It's literally just a little quote, and then it says, living with humor. But it's pretty cool. I think I send you the screenshot.
You sent me the screenshot, and then in all caps.
Comment
about it. So I was like, all right.
Well, definitely check out the Delaney Fisher episode. She's awesome. We
Such
learned
a cool
that
person.
Oh yeah, and then we learned my favorite word is apparently.
His favorite word is and Delaney Fisher thinks I have what it takes to cut it in comedy.
I would love for you to do an open mic. When I come down and visit, I'm taking you to an open mic, and you're doing an open mic.
Hey guys, my name's Brent. I'm here to pander for your approval because my parents don't love me. I'm a comic.
See, you got it.
But also
stand up in a nutshell.
Help, I'm in a nutshell. I can't get out.
Oh, God.
What? You thought I wasn't going to incorporate Austin Powers when the joke is literally right there?
Oh, no. I'm more upset that I didn't realize it.
My favorite comedy spoof all time.
Austin Powers, yeah. We watched that a lot growing up.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, you let me make a lot of the decisions. I think you just didn't want to argue with me.
Well, no, because I like the movie too, so I wasn't going to complain that you put it on. But we were pretty fair and balanced.
We did not watch Shrek enough as children.
That is true. But
now that I've seen all the adult jokes, I'm just like, how did we miss this?
Oh, I know. Well, my favorite thing that I never realized until I saw it on the internet, Lord Farquaad is a play on words for fuckwad. I never knew that growing up.
Yeah, and the entire movie was a giant middle finger to Disney.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
I didn't have
I knew that, but
idea.
No, the Lord Farquaad being Lord Fuckwad.
I thought it was an attack on Facebook. But Facebook wasn't out yet. But it's like that F on Farquaad looked
really
similar
I
to
see
what
you're
Facebook
saying.
ended up deciding upon. So it's like, did they just see that and be like, what if we change that? Like, we'll make it a different shade of blue. And then boom, there's a logo, and you're just like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Shrek was one of the best cartoons from our youth.
I just refuse to watch. Emperor's New Groove also holds a special place in my heart.
That's a good movie. I wasn't that big into it, but it is a good movie.
I'm all there for Grunk, man. I'm all there for Grunk.
Yeah.
That was my dude.
Yeah. It's not really a cartoon, and we were adults at this point. But the other movie we watched quite a bit was Ted.
Fuck you, Thunder.
Thunder, you can suck my dick.
Thunder buddies for life.
Fucking A.
And then there's the random point where the voice of Kronk is kissing Ryan Reynolds. And you're just like, what?
Yep. I forgot about that.
Honestly, that movie didn't age nearly as well as I hoped it would.
Really?
I don't like it nearly as much as I used to.
Really? It's surprising. I love it, but
my favorite thing about that movie is when Mark Wahlberg and Mila Kunis are at dinner, and one of them farts, and just wave it over at the business people. I am here.
Business.
You're like,
well,
damn.
In my opinion, the best line from that movie is in the beginning where Johnny's still a kid and he's like, nothing, and the narrator's like, nothing is more powerful than a child's wish on Christmas, except for an Apache helicopter. And just starts describing the Apache helicopter, like the missiles and everything. Gets me every time.
Because it was that one, and then it was the. Is that a shit? It's like she was there right. For a while. We didn't know what she was doing.
Ted's sitting there with all the hookers, and one of them took a shit on the floor. I forgot about that. I'm gonna watch that movie tonight now.
You're welcome. I am going to be resting as House of the Dragons is tomorrow, and
yeah,
that will be exciting to watch. By resting, I mean I'll be at work because
we. Oh yeah, you work later, don't you?
Oh yeah, I work a lot of nights. The joys of bartending, and I'm babysitting at the moment. Well, the head man is away.
Oh,
yeah, fun adulting, good stuff. Leave your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I don't really have anything to add other than check out Geek Variants. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're now on TikTok.
Yep.
So we're a bunch of places. Obviously, so check out Delaney Fisher's website. It was amazing having her on. And I know Brock feels the same way.
Oh God, yeah. I'm definitely fanboyed with Delaney on there and with Colleen. I don't know why I can't be cool around people I'm fans of, but
you're so mad about that, aren't you?
Being a fanboy whenever we have somebody I'm a fan of on the show, yeah. The only one I didn't well, okay, I won't bring that up because I forgot we scrapped that episode. But yeah, there's only one person that we brought on that I didn't totally fanboy over.
When you're here, you're family. That's the one thing that stuck out from that scrapped episode. The audio was awful, guys. Like,
yeah, we'll redo
everything
it
was
though.
Just reverb at some point. So
yeah, we got to redo it though. But
Brock has to figure out how to act like a regular adult when he sees other regular adults,
and not try to grill
press
them,
the shit out of them. Yeah, apparently they're on the stand.
Yeah, I can't help it. I don't know why I interrogate all our guests.
Force of habit.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the Italian in you. You're like, you took my pastrami. You took it.
I can't help it.
It's a block of cheese in your house. I probably took it. Yeah. There were so many nights when I house sit your place, your parents would purposely get food. They know what I like, and then like at 2:30, I'd be up in the middle of the night just slicing off cheese.
Yep.
Just in the kitchen, just chilling in my underwear, just
and
eating cheese right off the block like a fat ass. Like, this is great, and the cat's meowing at me like, "Feed me! I fed you. You're not getting any of this."
Yeah. Well, the most fucked up part is when I would house sit, there was never any food. They would just feed you.
Yeah, they left me pizza money all the time too. Like you could have pizza one night, and then I would just have stuff the other times. And
yeah,
the craziest thing is that your family would just go out and do family trips and invite you.
Yeah, I know. I've never didn't go to Mexico with them. Still haven't been to Hawaii.
Because they didn't bring you up until your house party. Did you notice that? And then all of a sudden you were going on.
They still didn't bring me. They still didn't bring me after that.
Really? I thought
the only place
right afterwards.
No, the only place I went with them was Montana. Yes, again, still haven't been to Hawaii.
I house it like 4 different times, so it was like,
yeah,
you had to have gone on a couple trips
to Montana.
Or you were somewhere else.
Literally to Montana. Or like I think Arizona once.
Yeah, because I beat the crap out of your Assassin's Creed game.
I was so mad at you because you kept spoiling it.
I was excited.
Yeah, rightfully so.
I beat the crap out of the Mortal Kombat games you had.
Oh, that's
Marvel
right.
Ultimate Alliance.
Yep.
And then I started complaining he didn't have other games because for some reason I refused to touch Skyrim. Big loss there.
I mean, you were smart because, like, I wasted, like, what, 2 years playing that fucking game?
I have a Skyrim Dragon Skull right there. I got into it as an adult. I was a late bloomer for that one. I was like, this is great. Why did I never play this? I'm like, because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Well, now they got all those DLC packs and everything, so it's...
the game comes with it now because they've re-released Skyrim like 8 times over the last 10 years because of Bethesda's ideas.
It's such
they just don't want to say it.
Yeah. It was such a good game, though.
Like
the Dark Brotherhood, that was my favorite. Yeah.
That quest line was pretty good, and then the Thieves Guild.
Yes.
They had the best armor perk of all of them, and
yeah, absolutely.
I never returned the skeleton key. I've never actually finished the quest line because I just hold on to it. I'm like, yep. You're telling me I can unlock anything and not break any block picks?
Yeah.
Block picking 99. Here I come.
Yeah, absolutely. I did the same thing. I just
stealth
remember
archer is the way to play. I'm just saying, stealth archer.
You're a stealth archer?
Every time.
I didn't know. I just remember
people did the sneak up.
That was fun. But I remember I got so excited. I think I called you. That's how much I geeked out. But when I found the katana in the game.
Yep. There was 3 of them in the game.
Oh, I only found the one. Where like you do like the main quest.
Yeah, the blade sword. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
that's
like
one
you go
of them, and then there's another one for the vampires. Harkins
really?
The katana, yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's stronger than the other one. You can dual wield katanas.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your afternoon wasted. Because now you're gonna be like, I kind of want that.
Oh yeah, no. I have yet to buy Skyrim again since I got the PS4. Because I know if I buy it, I'm not gonna get shit done.
I mean, it really does help your creativity to see creative stories.
True.
And it gives you material because the craziest thing is comic material can be just about anything. It's just I feel like comics narrow things down into a certain box, and that has to stay there. It's like as long as you're confident in what you're presenting and you've got it laid out well, the audience has no idea what to expect.
Right.
Unless someone's like seen your shtick like 100 times over.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you've been doing comedy for almost 10 years now, but
which is weird to think about, but
But at the same time, no one's seen the same routine from you every single time.
I wouldn't go that far, but like I do try to change. Even when I do like the same material, I try to change it up like mid-bit. And then I'm working on a new bit now. Because did you see my
fun of your friends properly?
Well, no, it's like, did you see my Facebook post where? I'll announce it on here. I'm headlining in Linwood at the Vessel, October 7th, and
shameless plug.
Yeah, totally shameless. And I was not too long ago, there were some comics that were basically talking shit, saying I'm a one-trick pony, novelty comic because I talk about being a midget, which I mean,
it's what you choose to identify as. Therefore, it is your chosen work.
Well, not only that, but it's like, oh yeah, we want to hear other material other than you being a little person, is what they said. And I was like, well, like I just talk about my life, and so I was like, all right, I'll write new material that doesn't address being a little person. So I go on to Facebook to find some inspiration for a new bit, and the first thing I see is at this venue that I'm headlining that exact same night, they are hosting a midget tossing event. So as much as I would love to not talk about, being a little person and all that, you fuckers won't let me.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing, ain't it?
No, it's annoying.
Across the street from where we were at, they did a amateur wrestling performance.
Yeah.
And I absolutely geeked out when they brought out the little people. Absolutely geeked out.
Well, going back to our childhood, I still can't believe they did this. They would never get away with it now. But we were watching WWE, and I guess Triple H like beat the shit out of like Hornswoggle or whatever, and they brought Triple H under the ring, and they had that little people's court and put him on trial. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They would not get away with that nowadays, but it was so
I mean, you
funny.
saw what happened to Vince. Like, he's gone for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. That was a whole thing, but that's a whole nother spiel. Before we end up making this an hour-long episode, thank you for checking it out. Living with Humor, other than the October 7th show, is there anything else you'd like to plug? Because tonight you'll be busy doing your show that people won't be able to see.
Yeah, so...
Unless they check it out online, if there's a link for that.
Yeah, there is. I'll share it on my Facebook, but let me see. No, that's the biggest show coming up.
Surprised there's not more like Halloween related shows for comics.
There are. I was supposed to be on one, but the booker dropped me because she thinks I'm too hated or hateful and bigoted or something like that.
I would say angry.
That's what I thought, but no, apparently me talking about little people, and she hates my Babygate joke, I'm assuming. Because I say the R word.
I mean, that is a bad word in most contexts.
Even we both said it during this episode.
Yeah, I said it with the Boston accent, though, so it sounds cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's not meant to offend anyone. It's not used with that connotation. It just sounded, like how it did.
Yeah.
Like certain words with certain accents are just fantastic. It's like, have you ever heard the word cooter with a southern accent?
No, but I need to now.
Right. It was life-changing.
God, the FBI is going to be knocking on my door because I'm going to type in cooter and then southern accent. See if we can get off it here.
Cooter.
God damn it.
You're welcome, everybody. Check out all of our stuff. We appreciate you. You bunch of cooters.